Hey friend. Yeah, so I'll keep you updated. I'm kind of doing some story time, so just watch my feed because yeah, you know me, it's gonna be long-winded. So anyway, yeah, the Norse, I would say that's kind of where I started between Norse and like Celtic mythology. So my mother's maiden name is McKinney. My mother's father, my grandfather's side, that's some of my Irish roots. There's a little bit of my Irish roots on my grandmother's side, my maternal grandmother, because my maternal grandmother's grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, he was an English Irish man, and because there's some lore there. And then he married a Hispanic woman, Juanita, and then we had Sammy, and then Sammy married Mike, and then Mike is Irish, he's McKinney. And so then there was Dana, my mom, and then there's me, Sarah. So I kind of denounced my father's side growing up. There's a whole thing about my father, my parents, and my upbringing, and yada yada yada. But so anyway, I was raised like a proud Irish girl. Also Italian. There's some proud well, I was a proud Italian. But that's on my father's side. I always thought it was really cool that we were Italian. I loved all the different blends that we were, because there's my grandfather, so he's McKinney, but there's also Cherokee. My great aunt Billy, she did all this ancestry stuff, and she talked to me about it when I was little. I remember all of this. So this is all from like word of mouth, and like I've had a few like, you know, letters and stuff. So this has just been like my journey of self-discovery of like, who am I? Who is Sarah? Why am I here? You know, what is my ancestry? With my 8th house and other ancestral magics that I work with as left-hand path practitioner, death doula, all of these things, right? As a dark goddess of the underworld, dark divine feminine, whatever title. There's so many different things you could call yourself if you wanted to. I don't know what label is meant for me. I just was curious about it. So anyway, that was kind of where I started. Well, not really. Where I started with like certain deity work. I was very interested, or I guess ancestral deity work. I was deeply curious about it. So I discovered Brigid, and then I discovered the Morrigan. And then that, you know, of course, you know, Odin and Thor is like super like common. Like, and this is the rabbit hole, right? Don't misunderstand me or miscorrelate me in what I'm talking about. Norse and Celtic really blended for me as I was kind of diving into my ancestry and other things. So I've always had this thing there, but then there was also this like really loud other calling, especially like atheistic Satanism and like left-hand pathism, Luciferianism. Especially once I met my husband, Luciferianism became like a big like ding 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 ding, you know, you're getting hot type of feel. Like I was just feeling my way through different philosophies and theology and just seeing what like I guess lit me up. But I've always had a connection to like the Celtic and Norse mythology. Like that never went away. There's just been a lot of phases. It's like really rapid. I go down rabbit holes all the time. I'm constantly studying. I'm constantly working on my practice. I'm deeply devoted to my practice. I take my spirituality very seriously. And it goes into a lot of the things that I post in my content, how I approach things, you know, all of the above. So anyway, this project, this Norse project, Freya, she was like more introduced to me through my work with Rebecca when I was working with her as a tarot reader. I was doing a lot of this work for myself for years before I started working with Rebecca, but I just got to this point where I just felt so sad, so stuck, and so lost in everything that I was doing. I kind of was just feeling like I led myself astray. I was feeling really lost. And I had a friend who I thought I like could really connect to, Phoenix, and she introduced me to Rebecca, or she was working with Rebecca, talked to me about Rebecca. Rebecca's deep in the Norse pantheon, I suppose. She has an eclectic practice too. I always loved learning from her because we could bounce ideas off of her. She was a Leo, and so she was a deeper connection to Freya to me. I don't quite recall Freya in any of my earlier works. Like I said, Brigid, the Morrigan, and then that then like more Kali stuff started coming up. Like it's just I've been like kind of channel clicking, bouncing around, just boop boop boop. You know, feel like I don't know, flying by the seat of my pants, just to all of these different things calling me. It's very loud in here. In what direction I'm being pulled in. So anyway, I've talked about my work with Rebecca. I've recently posted about it, and that's because all of this is like really coming up at the end of my Pisces Saturn return. Freya really came through more so during the start of my Pisces Saturn return. But I would say through Rebecca, like the year before, so Saturn was in Aquarius, which I mean, as an Aquarius stellium, okay, I've had a lot of Saturn cycles, okay? So when Saturn was in Aquarius, Saturn was in Capricorn, Saturn was in Pisces, it was bam, 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 bam. I've been getting my fucking ass kicked by the fucking gods, okay? Like, it has been rough over here, but apparently I wear it so well, so, I don't know, like I'm trying my fucking ass off. Like I don't want people to think that it's like effortless. I've been told it looks effortless. It's not. None of this is necessarily easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's fun. It's a challenge. I guess I'm an adrenaline junkie. I really like the challenge of it all. You know, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, this project, when my relationship, I wrote about this. So for people who want to really read about it, I have like lunar memoirs about it. There are some free reads I think that talk about this specifically too, but also there's my paywall, you know, just for people who are interested in doing what I'm doing. I hate inserting promo here, but this is who I am, this is what I do, this is like for people who want to dive into it, because I'm ready to not talk about things. People have to please start doing your research, please start looking at, like, I have a whole drag path for everybody to keep up, because I am a fast moving train. So anyway, I talked about this in my lunar memoirs, and so with Rebecca, our situation fell apart. I thought it was like an uprise, and then the rug was pulled out from underneath me, and it was a deep betrayal. It broke my heart. It reminds me of Braveheart, when he takes off the helmet, and it was his friend, and he just sitting there, so fell off the horse stunned, just like that's what it felt like. And I mean, it took me out for a long time. I mean, that was a lot of things have taken the wind out of my sails, but that was something that really sucked. You know, Devin, Phoenix, Rebecca, was just bam, bam, bam. And I've done, it seems like it's always all at once. I've never lost just like a friend here, a friend there. It's always been like, okay, you're done here, all these people, and you're onto this, and you're like, just, it's crazy. So anyway, when that fell apart, Freya came to me and she told me she was proud of me, and that was the start of my Saturn return. And that was right before the internet got really upset with me talking about animal sacrifice and what it means to do death worship, death devotion, and the essence of the goddess and the message of the goddess that I was really trying to express. So I would say I've evolved in my path. And I would say this is a sign that Freya is super proud of me. I hope people can reflect upon everything that's been on this weird journey of mine, see the character development, the arc support, and all of the above. And I can't wait to show you all this Freya warrior goddess, empowered feminine thing. It's the most feminist thing. It's the most feminist punk rock fucking thing I could ever do in my metal world. This is violent Viking, or no, I don't want to say Viking metal. Oh, sorry, Lars. I know I'm working on describing the genre while I'm talking really fast. So anyway, it's violent Swedish metal, very thrash metal. I think I fucked up and said it was black metal before, so my bad. I've met him through the black metal world, through the Norway trip and all of the above, and so sometimes I talk too fast and I trip over my words. So I apologize. Despite what everyone thinks, I'm not perfect, but we are trying, right? Just kidding. Don't take life too seriously out there, folks. I know how you see me. So anyway, much love everybody. That is a little bit more about the Norse path and this Freya connection with the band HILD. I can't wait to keep talking about it.